Welcome to Rinkside, presented by the Rink Live. I'm Brooke Pierwitz, joined with Mick Hatton. And Mick, the Huskies lost their first game of the season. What can they learn from that heading into this weekend against Denver?
Well, I think one of the big things that they take away from it is you can't go into anything thinking your ranking is that important, or that hey, just because we've won a bunch of games up until this point doesn't mean somebody isn't capable of knocking you down a notch. They didn't bring their A game clearly on Friday night, but they were able to bounce back and found a kind of a new formula, I guess, a little bit with some lineup changes on Saturday, and were able to put together a split against Bemidji State.
And Yami Kranila was able to score the team's third shorthanded goal. What does that show for the Huskies being able to play in any situation on the ice?
Yeah, their penalty kill has been very good to this point. They play a very aggressive penalty kill is how I would describe it, with Grant Cruikshank and Micah Miller, and you mentioned Yami Kranila. Those three guys in particular are guys that, hey, they're looking for some offense too. I mean, if you give them, the right situation, they're going to come down there and provide some offense. So it's going to be a big test for the penalty killers this weekend. I think Denver's around 25% on the power play. Lots of NHL draft picks on this team, so it's going to be a big test for them. And doing it on the road in the higher elevation is always a tough test at Denver.
And freshmen like Grant Deshawn, Adam Ingram, Mason Reiners, they're making it really difficult for the coaches to decide a definitive lineup.
Yeah, the defensemen in particular have really made it difficult. Mason Reiners and Cooper Wiley are two guys that have come in here with a lot of junior hockey experience and shown that they've played like experienced guys here so far. Jack Rogers is another guy that has been in there. Ethan Aucoin. I mean, there's a lot of talent to kind of pick from, and so there's a lot of competition during practice every week just to get into the lineup.
Last season, Denver won the national championship. What do the Huskies need to prepare for when facing off against them this weekend?
For one thing, Denver's a team that's relentless. Even in the national championship game last season, they were down going into the third period against Minnesota State. Mankato were able to come back. St. Cloud State had a lead on them last season at Denver, blew that at Magnus Arena. Magnus Arena is a very tough place for St. Cloud State to play. They're 2-11 in their last 13 games. They have lost 8 straight there, so it's going to take a total team effort for them to get an opportunity maybe to pull out a win here. But a couple areas where St. Cloud State might be able to take advantage. I think Denver's only at 78% on their penalty kill right now. So if they get on the power play, they need to take advantage there. And they're only about 47% on face-off. So puck possession is always a big thing. If St. Cloud State, which has been a good face-off team, if they can have a good night on the face-off dot, maybe they can steal a win out in Denver.
Perfect. Thanks, Mick. That's all we have for this episode of Rinkside. Make sure you follow Mick, the Rink Live, and SCSU Huskies _MH to follow along with this NCHC battle.